Have you ever wondered what the actual benefits are of being a young person? Okay, now I know this might sound a bit weird, but just hear me out. Because if you think about your whole life and the way it's structured, okay, you have to go to school, right? You have to stay on now till you're 18. Some people will go to college or stay on at university till they're 21, 22. Then you leave education, you have to get a job, and most of us have to work low paid jobs when we first leave because we've got to start at the bottom somewhere. If you join a company, you're not normally got to go in, as a, gopher sort of thing. And, when I look back on my late teens, early 20s, I don't particularly look at them with fondness because I was in a job I absolutely hated. I trained to be a chef and it was the worst thing I did, very low paid and stressful, long hours. And the only good thing I found about being young was that, yes, you do have more energy and you do, look younger. But the thing is, I didn't think I was a lot fitter or healthier because I was working 50, probably 60 hours a week sometimes. I was working two jobs. I was absolutely exhausted all the time. And although they say when you're young you've got more energy, but my energy was spent working crappy jobs. I did eventually leave catering when I was 27. I got out of it. I got a job as a flight attendant, which was the best thing I ever did. But, you know, I personally think my best years were in my sort of early 30s because by at 27 I was, I changed careers. By 31 I was earning quite good money. I was earning more than double than what I was in catering, and I was travelling the world. I'd got a lot fitter. I was at a gym, had a personal trainer. I was doing kickboxing, and I was a lot fitter and stronger than I was, in my late teens, early 20s. I was eating better, taking a lot better care of myself, and I just think, you know, a lot of people always look back when they were young and have this like these rose tinted glasses, like everything was amazing. But I don't think it is, and I don't think being young is always in our favour because by the time you do start earning good money or you do get to retire when you're in your 50s or 60s, your body's going to start slowing down. You're going to get more health problems. And you don't really get to enjoy your life like you would if you were in your 30s because, you're probably going to have health. I mean, I'm quite fit. I go to the gym 3 times a week. I walk a lot. But one of the cartilages in my knees is going. I'm probably going to have to have surgery on that. That's going to put me out for a while. I've noticed my metabolism slow down. Obviously getting more lines on my face. I've noticed that, just my body in general, is changing the way I look, and just my, the structure of my body is changing because obviously I'm aging. I'm 46 now, so it's not going to look like it did when I was younger. But I just think I don't know. I just think that this whole thing about being young is kind of a bit misleading because by the time, like I said, we do get to enjoy our lives when we do earn good money and then we do, you know, find our feet in the world, it's like time's running out and, we don't have a lot of time here. And I just think, it's not fair that when you're young, you have to earn crap money and you have to really grind and work your ass off. And then by the time you do enjoy it, your life's halfway over. I don't know. I just think the way this whole system is designed is just, it's designed against us. And I don't think, I think it's rigged so that we all kind of just don't really get anywhere in life. Am I the only one who feels like this, guys? Let me know what you think in the comments. I know it's a bit of a weird thing to talk about, but it's just the way I feel at the moment. And I just think, especially with the cost of living in the UK and the way, everyone's working hard and struggling and life just seems so tough at the moment. I just think, I don't blame people for being fed up and they're getting tired and you're getting older and you probably can't cope with things as well as you could when you were young. But let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I would like to hear from you all.